Hello, this is Commandertx20 speaking. Today we're going to be doing something very, very different, and not going to be very common, I don't believe. I was just flipping through Deviantart one day, like looking at some pony stuff, and I found this fanfic or story on it, and just the title made me laugh a bit, and I decided maybe I should record me reading it. So, I think this is going to be pretty interesting, and maybe a little funny. Also, check out my suit. I got this. I think it's nice. I'm not going to be wearing it a little bit very often, obviously, but I mean, like, it's purple and stuff. And look at my background. Look right there. Can you see that? That is amazing art right there. I hope you could see that. I thought that was just a phenomenal thing. I got someone to paint it for me. Yeah, that's like me right there. Anyways, hold on a second. Okay, we're back, and, so the story we are going to be reading is called Rainbow Dash Seduces a Watermelon, bracket, no Clop, brackets, by Yeah I'm a Brony, dash got a prob. I didn't even know the name of the author, for God's sakes. Okay, let's just get into this. Rainbow Dash seduces a watermelon. 1 minute, I'll be right there, Twilight called from inside. Rainbow nodded to herself and waited patiently outside, which was strangely out of character for her. Then again, having a get-together with Twilight every week for a book club was also very out of character. You're telling me. The door opened, and Twilight smiled through the doorway. Hello again, Rainbow Dash. Here for the book club? Dash cocked an eyebrow. No, I'm here for the Wonderbolts convention, she said sarcastically. Of course I am, Twilight. This is odd. Ignoring the sarcasm, Twilight motioned for Rainbow Dash to come inside, and she obeyed. Inside, there were 3 other ponies, 2 mares and a stallion. Ooh. She recognized the mares as Berry Punch and Roseluck. The colt, however, was new. Oh, sick. I even have Rainbow Dash to accompany in this. Sick. Okay. She took a seat in the ring of the ponies, and Twilight stood in the middle. Hello again, every pony. I'd like to welcome our newest member, Cloud Cover. Sick. The mares in the circle all clapped their hooves softly. Okay. He said that he's around the same chapter as the rest of us, so there should be no problems in integrating him. Rainbow Dash's eyes lit up. Whoa, Twilight, you just met him! What kind of book club was this? What? Twilight buried her face in her hoof. Integrate means to adapt, Rainbow Dash. Dash smiled sheepishly. Oh. This is amazing. Twilight took a seat at the circle and pulled out a thick book, as did every pony else. I almost said buddy. Alright, let's discuss how Crow Collar is battling his psychosis in Chapter 10. Moving on. Thanks for coming, Twilight called out to the last guest as she departed. The sky was turning a slight pink as dusk began to settle. Rainbow Dash and Twilight were all alone, save for a disgruntled Spike cleaning up plates and glasses half full of tea. So, Twilight began. That is a horrible way to start a sentence. How are you enjoying the book, Rainbow Dash? Especially if it's a brony writing this. It said no Clop. I'm just hoping that it's no Clop. Dash shook her head wildly. Jeez. English. I guess it's pretty cool, but I still would have chosen a better name. I mean, Crow, that is... Wait, what? Crow, that is life's bane? What does that even mean? What does it mean? It means several things, Twilight explained. The crow is often affiliated with hard times or death in old pony mythology, and emulates Crow Collar's predicament as becoming the Grim Reaper. What in the book? is this? I'm so confused. This kid has a great, or adult, I don't know. He's got a great, like, frickin' imagination, man. I'm serious, this is pretty good. Both the crow and death are considered life's bane. Okay, Rainbow Dash said, nodding. But I still have one question. What the hey does bane mean? It means Batman, okay? God. Frig. Shouldn't you know that, Rainbow Dash? Kind of like enemy. Where is she? Twilight said. Or maybe Nemesis, like your Bane would be slow. Get it now? Oh, I get it. Rainbow Dash rubbed her stomach and nodded. Yes. Yeah, but it... Is that a... S? Oh, that's part of the... Yeah, but it's hard thinking when I'm hungry. Let's face... Oh, she's hungry. I'm actually kind of hungry too right now. Let's face it, tea and crackers just don't cut it with me. That's what it always cuts with me. Or, if that's English. Twilight giggled. Well, I just bought some exotic fruits the other day. Would you like one? Oh, here we go. Dash nodded. What are they? Twilight disappeared into another room. She still heard her voice. That's, I believe, improper grammar. Because it makes it seem like it's Twilight still on stuff. They're called They're called watermelons. They're big green fruit. I'm pretty sure Rainbow Dash would know what a watermelon is. Does she? They're big green fruit with red insides. They're supposed to be really sweet, but I haven't had one yet. Wait, that doesn't make sense! The voice crack. Twilight then emerged from the room with two halves of a bowling ball. Halves of a bowling ball. Halves. But wait, it wasn't a bowling ball. It was... Dash's eyes went wide. Whoa, she said quietly. I know, Twilight said. They're huge! Oh, thank you. We're gonna have to split one. Is that okay with you? Dash nodded, never taking her eyes off of the right half. It was a vibrant grassy green with stripes of lighter green. I'm pretty sure I know what a watermelon looks like. With ever so slightly painting the sides. The inside was succulent red with small... She's looking on the exterior, isn't she? Or did they cut it already? The inside was succulent red with small black seeds ringing around it. Just the tiniest drop of juice was dripping down the sides. Ah, thank you. Rainbow Dash noticed that she was salivating excessively, and she licked her lips. I actually have that chapped lips thing, so I lick my lips instinctively all the time. She could smell it across the room. I can't exactly smell watermelons. Like, is that a thing? It smelled absolutely titillating. Titillating, yeah. Tantalizing, tasty. Oh, going into the teas, aren't we? Rainbow Dash? Dash snapped out of her trance and shook her head. Yeah, what is it, Twilight? Twilight was forcing herself not to laugh and losing slightly. What are you thinking about? Huh? Oh, nothing, she said. You sure? Twilight asked, smirking. Because the O's beg to differ. Twilight raised her hoof to point behind her, and Dash turned her head. Her pupils shrank. I think I got this now. Her rings were extended fully, almost straightening to be perfectly erect. For those of you who don't know, like my brother, I believe, the wings represent arousal. So, yeah, it's like, you know, for men. God damn it. Rainbow Dash blushed madly and quickly put her wings down. What the hey just happened? Get out of here, Zale. You're not old enough for this. So what are you thinking about? Twilight asked again. Rainbow Dash rubbed the back of her head, feeling her face warm up. Actually, the entire air around her was heating up fast. Well, turn down the air conditioning. Twilight slowly approached Rainbow Dash, slowly, and got close to her ear. Jesus. Then, ever so gently, she whispered, "I bet you're thinking about Cloud Cover, aren't you?" Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. Hey. Rainbow's face contorted into that of anger and embarrassment. Her face now completely flushed red. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and go home. Yeah, I'll see you later, Twilight. She was ready to leave then when Twilight said, "Wait, don't forget your watermelon." Rainbow Dash froze, then turned around toward the floating watermelon. Was just her, or was her face becoming even warmer? I don't know. Even like the fires or something near the furnace. Do something! Thanks, Twi, she said, grasping the watermelon in her hooves. Anyways, she almost dropped it. It was heavy for a fruit. Wow, it's heavy. Wow, it's really big. Wait, what? I see what they did there. Yeah, I know, Twilight said anxiously. I can't wait to eat this. Like, why is everything they say is an innuendo? With a few spare goodbyes, Rainbow Dash hovered through the door with the watermelon in her hooves. She couldn't carry it and walk at the same time. She decided to fly to the park and take a nap on her favorite tree. She has a tree? I thought she had a cloud. Yeah, who needs trees when you have clouds? I'm pretty sure they're much more comfortable. Even for an animal. No offense. She looked down at the fruit and winked. Wait, did I just wink? At a fruit? No. You winked at Seth Green or something. I don't know. Yeah, Seth Green, because, green. Yeah, shut up. She shook her head, almost veering her into a fruit stand. She then decided to fly higher to avoid a crash. Suddenly, she felt something cold and wet on her hoof. She looked down again and gasped. Okay, I was scared there. There were just a few drops of watermelon juice dripping down her hoof, leaving a small wet streak of cold, made freezing by the cool air they were rushing past. She looked in awe at her soaked hoof, at the slightly red streaks across her fur. She shivered, suddenly short of breath. Luckily, the park was now right below them, and her tree was in sight. She flew down and eased herself on the tallest branch, back to the trunk and the watermelon between her legs. That's not a very smart place to put it. She looked down at the fruit, then at her hoof, now drenched in the watermelon's cold juices. She brought her hoof to her mouth and gently poked the wet area with her tongue. Her mouth exploded with sweetness. But also stickiness. Hold on a second. Great. Okay, I believe we're back for a good more time with Morgan Freeman. Okay. Blah, 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 with sweetness, blood, also stickiness. Her body trembled and she moaned slightly. Oh, God! Ugh. Her eyes widened. Did a watermelon just make me moan? I don't know, did it? I'm so sorry. She looked around, hoping that no pony had heard her make such an unfitting noise. Oh my God. I'm looking at Batman to praise hope that, Bane would come in and just save everything or something. I don't know. Just stop this, please. This wouldn't happen. It doesn't make sense. There was no pony around, though, and she sighed. She looked back at her hoof, realizing that she hadn't even begun to clear the juices from it. She smiled deviously and began lapping at the slightly viscous fluid on her hoof. God damn it! When she was done, and the only thing she could taste was her own coat, she looked back down at the watermelon between her legs. A thought came to her mind. Oh, please. Please don't. Oh, how do I even eat this Thank you, writer, for not putting anything else there. This might be a long video. She gently used her hoof to prod the red surface to feel for its hardness. Oh my god! However, one hoof poke was too strong, and she felt it submerge slightly into the watermelon. Get the hell out of this room!
Can you wear your headphones?
Right here. Now go away.
I can hear you from my room.
Yeah, but just don't listen. Excreting even more delicious juices under her hoof. She shuddered, and her breath was becoming scarce. She poked the fruit again, and again, and again. She was panting now. Her hoof's pokes were becoming faster, more forceful. God damn it. Hey, Rainbow Dash! Her eyes expanded, her pupils dilating to the size of tiny marbles. She looked down below to find her #1 fan, Scootaloo, looking up at her in confusion. Thank goodness she could not be able to fly. Or can't fly. What are you doing, Rainbow Dash? I'm sorry for saying this, but I'm getting horny because of a fruit. She quickly removed the hoof from the small indent in the fruit and pointed it at Rainbow Dash. Nothing, what are you doing? Scootaloo cocked her left eyebrow up. You know, just raised. Cocking is like this. It's just raised. For future reference. I was actually just coming to see you about something. Hey, what is it that you've got there? Rainbow Dash looked down, then smiled. Oh, it's called a watermelon. Twilight just bought a few and gave me one. They're really sweet. Scootaloo's eyes sparkled. Ooh, can I try? Rainbow Dash's smile disappeared. She didn't want to share him with Scootaloo, or any pony else. He was her watermelon. And did I just call him a he? He still said he. I mean him. She shook her head wildly, trying to think of an excuse to deny the young filly a taste of the succulent 10-pound fruit. Well, see, I haven't really tasted it yet, and I don't know if it's any good. If it is, then I'll let you taste. Scootaloo donned a look of suspicion. But you just said it was sweet. I did? Dash stammered. Oh yeah, I did, but Twilight told me that... See, she just told me what she thought, but I never got to try it. Scootaloo seemed pleased by this. Well, okay, how is it? Dash leaned forward, putting her muzzle just inches above the apple of her eye. Well, the watermelon, that is. Oh. She took a deep breath and stuck her tongue out, dragging it along the entire diameter of the fruit slowly. It took her everything she had not to groan in pleasure while doing so. Rainbow Dash, what do you do in your spare time? She pulled her head back up and apparently licked the insides of watermelons and getting frickin'... you know what, I don't even want to say anything anymore. Head back up and put on the most disgusted face she could. It tastes really, really bad, Scoots. You don't want this. Scootaloo did the exact opposite of what she expected. She smiled. Oh, then can I have it? What? She voiced her thoughts. That's why I came to see you, Scootaloo explained. Me and the girls want to get our cutie marks in shooting things out of a cannon, but we need something to shoot. So can we use your watermelon since it tastes like dirt? She didn't say it tasted like dirt. Her plan had backfired, and she quickly thought of another excuse. Scootaloo, who wants shooting stuff from a cannon to be their cutie mark? Everyone! Scootaloo looked sadly at her words, but then perked up, even chuckled. That is really silly, isn't it? Well, thanks again, Dash. Can someone, put up some kind of, double facepalm picture or something? Because this is just hurting my brain. It's hurting my potato. Inside joke, by the way. When Scootaloo left, she sighed, releasing all the bodily spasms that the watermelon had induced. It's a watermelon! For God's sakes! Just calm down! Just chill! Just chill. That she had suppressed. She shook violently, all her senses tingling with pleasure, and moaned once more, this time much louder. I'm pretty sure Scootaloo would have been there to hear it, even though she, it took her a few seconds or so, I don't know. She quickly covered her own mouth with a hoof, and looked down at the watermelon. Why is this is only like halfway done? What the buck? Why is this happening to me? She thought to herself. Am I attracted to a fruit? Something spoke. Something spoke. She looked around, trying to find the source before her eyes met the succulent morsel between her legs. No, did it just... Wait. She decided that the park wasn't a safe place to be, so she grabbed the watermelon and took off for her cloud home. The fruit excreted even more juices, and it took her all her strength not to bring her head down and lap it up like a dog. Okay, guys, that is the first episode. I guess you'll have to tune in next time for... Holy hell. Yeah, Commandertx20. See you guys later.